And ahead of the start of the Beijing Winter Olympics later this week, it officially kicks off Friday. We're going to start a new series here at The Lead. It's called Behind China's Wall, because behind the fanfare and the glamour of the upcoming Olympic Games are a lot of ugly truths that the Chinese government wants you to ignore. CNN's David Culver sets the scene for us with a look at some of the horrors President Xi wants you to forget about while you're cheering on your favorite athletes this week.
Beijing counting down to the Winter Games, its second Olympics taking place amidst frigid geopolitical tensions and a raging pandemic.
This is the largest regularly scheduled peacetime gathering of the world, and yet there can be no gathering.
What's likely to be lost in these games is the fact that sporting events are taking place. That's because in the years leading up, China has faced growing outside pressures, and domestically, its zero COVID policy is proving increasingly difficult to stick to.
Beijing.
7 years ago, Beijing won the 2022 Olympic bid, the first city to host both a summer and winter games. But the buildup came as China's relations with the West rapidly fell apart. Under an increasingly powerful supreme ruler, Xi Jinping, China is on a drastically different path from what the West had hoped. Cooperation replaced by confrontation on multiple fronts, from a trade war to threats of an actual war in the South China Sea. In Hong Kong, Beijing quickly squashed pro-democracy protests, and it is now mounting pressure on Taiwan, pushing for the self-governing democracy to fall under Beijing's control. Then there are the widespread allegations of human rights abuses. CNN's traveled to the far western region of Xinjiang. It's here the U.S. and other countries accuse China of committing genocide against resurfaced in multiple state media reports denying she made the accusation. Some have accused the International Olympic Committee of being complicit in China's control over Peng's story, as its president, Thomas Bach, tried to reassure the world of Peng's well-being after 2 video calls with her. The IOC advocating for silent diplomacy to better handle the matter. Bach, now in Beijing, is expected to meet with Peng soon.
But that meeting happening behind closed doors inside the so-called closed loop. That's the Olympic bubble holding the athletes, the personnel, the incoming media, kept separate from the rest of China. This as the number of new COVID-19 cases continues to rise and spread across the mainland.
China facing a renewed challenge to halt this latest surge. Snap lockdowns, mass testing, contact tracing, all of it stepped up as the country works to show its superiority in containing the virus. State media continuing to label the virus as an imported threat, even dating back to the initial outbreak in Wuhan. A consistent propaganda effort to deflect blame and refocus global attention on what is supposed to be a spectacular and unifying event. And threatening to cast a darker shadow over these games, growing tensions between Russia and Ukraine, with Russian President Vladimir Putin expected to meet President Xi on the sidelines of the opening ceremony. These Olympics playing out amidst an increasingly divided world. David Culver, CNN, Beijing.